Alright guys, figured I would give a little install how-to on how I did my fog lights that are LEDs, as well as my turn signals that are LEDs, and then the halo rings surrounding both. Now I'm currently doing LED low beams in this car, but it gives me a good chance to show you guys how I have it all wired up, because I know some people were curious. So here's how I did it. First, you obviously have to take the headlight housing out. It's not very difficult. You got a bolt here, 10mm, and a bolt here, 10mm, and then you take the arm off, which is very easy. Then what you do is you get the halo rings, which have a positive and negative on them, on each one, and they come with little tape on them. Tape's pretty dang good because it hasn't fallen off yet. So all I did was I stuck the tape onto both the turn signal and the fog light. This is an 80mm halo ring. That's a 110mm halo ring. As you can see, I think I had to cut a little bit here. On the driver's side, I had to cut a little bit as well. That's not a big deal though, it's a little bit of trimming. So then I did that, and then the fog light was simply just an 880 LED. Then you just plug that in. That plugs in really easy. This, I just got a 3157A for the turn signal, an LED. That just plugs right in as well. Then the halo rings are wired in to the turn signal circuit. So from the factory, these yellow lights function both as turn signals as well as daytime running lights. I wired the halos into that circuit. So whenever the yellow turn signal light would be on from the factory, it is still on, as well as the halos. So the halos are kind of my daytime running lights now, along with the yellow light, just like factory. So that's how I did that. That was pretty easy. Really wasn't too difficult. I know it looks like a mess, but it's really not as complicated as it looks. So I'll do a demonstration now in the daylight, because my previous video was kind of in the dark. So hopefully be able to see this one a little better. Alright guys, so as you see, the halos are running, as well as the turn signals. So this is right when you drop the parking brake, those come on as running lights. So whenever you drop the parking brake, that's what you see. Now I'll set the camera back up here again, and I'm going to go turn on the fog lights so you guys can see how those look. Oh wait, hang on. There we go. Okay, there. So now you see the fog lights. They retain stock function. However, you can see they're much more white now. I went with a 6000K color. That's kind of my color of choice when it comes to automotive lights. I really prefer it to the 6000K to, you know, some people like the 8000, some people like 10,000. I think that looks too blue to me. I like it when it's just pure white light. So that's how I have that set up, and that's about it really. I can demonstrate the turn signal. I'll turn that on. There's the turn signal. So that's how the turn signal looks. You can see the yellow light and the halos, both of them, they all flash in unison. It's kind of neat. But yeah, that's how I have it all set up. That's how I have it wired. If you got any questions, give me a comment, and I'll feel free to try to help you out. I'll give you guys one last look here of how I got it all wired up. Just halo ring stuck onto each housing. Positive, negative going to the turn signal circuit, and then I wired it into the turn signal circuit, and there you have it. The LED fog light is just a replacement. I didn't even have to do any modification to that. It's just an 880 LED, and then there you go. So that's how I did it, guys. Thanks for watching. Any questions, feel free to comment.